Day one of the NC500 and we're riding from Aviemore to John O'Groats. Let's go. Right, we're on the road. So we headed back into Aviemore. We needed to go to the Premier Inn to have breakfast because every other venue in Aviemore appeared to be closed for breakfast this morning, including the pub on the campsite. From Aviemore we took the A95 heading north towards Carbridge, where we turned onto this narrow road that we're on now. This is the B9007 and it goes over some fantastic countryside. So obviously, as I said before, we're not following Google Maps. These have been designed in, what's it called, Calimoto, and they've all been shared as GPX files. This road so far looks really nice. We're stopping off at some bridge before heading over to Inverness. We need to go into Inverness, unfortunately, because a person who's on this ride has attached bungee straps for his luggage around his number plate, and the number plate snapped off, which it's not too much of a detour because, to be fair, we were going through Inverness anyway. But look how nice this is. Now you will notice on this road there's passing places. Now this is quite wide. I have been to the Highlands before on a motorbike, and a lot of the roads are very narrow with passing places. This one is quite a wide road, but the scenery is stunning. The sun's out. Weather, can't fault the weather so far. It's been absolutely phenomenal. So we're leaving the Cairngorms National Park and heading to a place called Dulcie Bridge, which is apparently worth stopping at. Now officially, the NC500 doesn't start till Inverness, but as you can see here, you can make it as interesting as you want. I mean, to be fair, you could tour the whole UK and make it interesting. We're just not going on the A9. I gotta say, this is quite an impressive road. I like the scenery, I like the trees, I like the tarmac, I like the fact that we're pretty much on our own on this road. You can get some decent speeds up here as well. I don't think we've passed a junction for quite some time. Or indeed, I don't think we've passed something coming the other way, which is quite amazing. And it's not that early in the morning. We didn't set off till gone 10:30. But look how sunny it is. There's some sheep, look. Reminds me a bit of Wales, this. I did Snowdonia recently, if anyone's seen my other videos. I've got a few Welsh videos on my YouTube. This is very similar landscape to Snowdonia. But as we know all too well, the Scottish mountains are a lot higher. I think this is a nice introduction to the NC500. It's getting you in the mood. Right, we're turning off now. We're turning off down an old military road towards Dulcie Bridge, which Ross assures me is quite nice. So let's see. I mean, this is a narrower road, but even so, the surface is well maintained. Oh, I think we're stopping now, are we? No? I mean, this is a pretty much perfect day's riding in itself. If you lived up here, you'd be on these roads every day. I know I would. Right, we're stopping. Right, so we've parked the bikes up and Ross is just walking us down here to look at this bridge which goes over a ravine. Have a look at that. Wow. It's absolutely beautiful. That is pretty amazing. Right, we're back on the road again. We're going to head into Inverness. We're leaving Dulcie Bridge. We're going to head into Inverness. We can get the number plates for Greg, who's the guy on the back behind me. And then we're going to, I think we're going to have some lunch. We're going to head up to Dunrobin Castle. Dunrobin Castle is on the A9. It's a, I think you call the site baronial castle. And it's a baronial castle that overlooks the North Sea. We're going to have some lunch there. And I just hope the weather holds, because so far it's been phenomenal. Right, we've left Inverness. We got the number plate fine. He didn't attach it. Why would you attach it? To be fair, there's not really many police up there, and he's got so much luggage it'll probably fall off again. Now, this is, I hope I'm right here, this is Cromarty Firth. And I know Cromarty Firth from the shipping forecast. And we've got this little causeway. It's quite beautiful. And so the causeway goes out and then you get the bridge proper after the causeway. I really like that. So this is Cromarty Bridge. And if you look on the map, there's quite a lot of these low slung bridges. Obviously no shipping goes up Cromarty Firth because I can't see an opening bit. So what we're doing now is we're pretty much following the A9 all the way up the east coast. It does become the A99 at one point. The A99 goes to John and Groats, the A9 cuts across to Thurso. But either way, its roads is reasonably main roads today. The little roads don't probably start until tomorrow. Right, so at the roundabout, now we'll be again following the shoreline of Cromarty Firth. Yeah, you can do this side really fast. I don't think we'll be getting decent speeds up on the rest of it, but time will tell. Now then, one thing to point out, look at that brown sign there. Look, you've got special NC500 signposts. So you could do this without a sat-nav. I mean, I've not got mine on because it's draining my battery. Plenty of bikes out today. Now we're doing this anti-clockwise. The recommendation is to do it anti-clockwise. And thinking about it, I was wondering why. If you ask people, one of the things they say is you do it anti-clockwise, you never get the sun in your eyes. Which is a fair point. However, I will say this, you may never get the sun in your eyes at this time of year because quite frankly the sun isn't setting until gone 10 o'clock at night. Now this is Dornoch Firth, but another reason I would do the NC500 anti-clockwise rather than clockwise. Yes, the sun in your eyes is a fair point if you're not doing it in midsummer like we are, but also you get these nice easy roads first and it introduces you gradually, so your roads get better and better and better. If you do it clockwise, you'll start on the best road, which is allegedly Applecross Pass. I've not been on it yet, but Applecross Pass. And then you'll end up finishing on these roads, which will be very, very mundane. So I'm going to stick my neck out here and say, do it anti-clockwise. It's the best way. But the landscape here, it's not Highland landscape. This is more like Yorkshire to me. Little stone walls and dales. Could be in West Yorkshire here. Now, unusually, we've got a biker in front of the car in front, slowing down the car. Some people like to take a leisurely pace. What we've done, what Ross has done, not me, but what Ross has done for this group, there's about 20 odd people. And he sent round a survey in advance saying, what speed do you wish to ride at? And we all responded, and from that we've got 3 groups. There's 6 people, I think, in my group, I'm in second place, not because I'm the slowest in this group, but because I asked to go in second place and I'm Russ's friend, so I'm in second place. If I have too many people in front of me, I start whinging. Right, this is Dulcie. There is a train line that runs parallel to this road. Now, interesting fact, and if you watch my YouTube videos before, you'll know I love a fact, and Dunrobin Castle has its own train station. I'm sure someone said it's the only one to have its own train station, but I do actually think there are others. Maybe it's the only one in Scotland. So Dunrobin Castle is slightly north of Dulcie. That's where we're going for lunch. There's one of the gatehouses to Dunrobin Castle, so we're close now. It's one of the largest castles in Scotland and certainly the most northerly of the large country houses. Home to the Dukes of Sutherland, apparently, whoever they are. And it dates back to the 1200s. However, the majority of what you see was only built in the 19th century. In the style of a French chateau. Now that was one of the gatehouses, but that's the exit, I believe, and we're going in here. Somewhere, nice cottages there. Yeah, we're slowing down. Must be the entrance. Yep. That looks like a castle. Even the gate looks like a castle. I'm quite looking forward to this because I did look it up on the internet, and so I know all my little facts. Plenty of camper vans here. Now, that is quite impressive. Have a look at that. That's beautiful. This car park's gravel, unfortunately. Quite a few bikes there. Looks like the bikes have their own coned off area in the middle. So we'll be going in there. I think there's a lot of places like this to stop. So we've come up the A9 and we've arrived at Dunrobin Castle, which, as you can see, is pretty amazing. Plenty of bikes in the car park, which is nice. And inside, fire's on, and it looks a bit like Downton Abbey. Right, back on the road. We are continuing up the A9, following the coast, hugging the coast all the way. It's all very similar now. I did look on the GPX file, so I've followed pretty much all of this already, so I kind of know what to expect. The beaches are absolutely spectacular. We'll be going through a place called Helmsdale, which even sounds like it's in Yorkshire as well as looking like it's in Yorkshire. The sea is a lot more spectacular though. And what I think is, well, people do the NC500. Some people seem to do it just riding. They don't stop at places like Dunrobin Castle. They don't stop at places like Dulcie Bridge. You need to find, it's not just a ride, it's a whole holiday experience as well. And there's plenty of other places that I know we're calling in at, particularly along the north coast and down the west coast as well. The castle, by the way, was 17 quid to get in. I do think that's a bit steep, but I did enjoy it. And the food was alright as well. That was also a little bit dear, but recommended. Now then, I recognise this. Okay. I recognise this bit off Google Street View. All of the files, the GPX files, were sent in advance to all the participants, and I know this goes down into a little valley and back up the other side. I know it's sharp. Here we go. Ooh. fucking other way. Get in! Now, if this is the shit bit, right, because people say, oh, if people say the East Coast is crap, this is not crap. Look how wide it is, look at that curve, look at this, it's amazing. And you've got the sea on the right hand side, the tarmac's amazing, the curves are beautiful. This is not the shit side, and if it is, I can't wait for the other side. This is phenomenal already. Love it. Okay, so this is Wick, and we go through the centre of Wick. It looks quite nice actually, it's on the River Wick. Let's get on you, Wick. Some lovely buildings in Wick, it looks beautiful. We're not stopping, we're literally just passing through. I'm quite impressed. Certainly an attractive town. If I knew a fact about Wick, I would tell you a fact about Wick. But I don't. But what I do know is we're now on the A99, no longer on the A9. And what you'll notice now up here, we're getting proper north, is it's becoming bleaker and bleaker. And this is the approach to John O'Groats. We are finally here. Along this north bit, it's, as I just say, it's very bleak. I've cut a lot of the video out, turned it off for a bit. It's very bleak, very flat. It's also very cold and very windy. I'll be putting my hoodie back on tomorrow because it's a bit nippy. Now, most people are carrying on to the campsite. I've booked a pod for the evening because I didn't want to put the tent up every night. I couldn't quite make the decision. There's Ross telling me where to go. I couldn't quite make my mind up whether I wanted to camp every night or stay in a hotel every night. So a pod is a nice halfway house. And there's a little petrol station, which is always helpful. Right, arrived in John O'Groats. I've got a glamping pod for the evening. See you tomorrow.